What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, with another video. Before we get started, please click that subscribe button to help us grow, and make sure you comment on the video. And before you go, like the video. Like the video right now. Let's do it. Let's get started.
I'm about to win. I'm about to win. I'm gonna win.
Bird Air, available exclusively from Target. Assembly of the Bird Air is pretty simple. You just need to plug a wire into the stem from the handlebars and put 4 screws into the stem to hold the handlebar on, and that's really it. Doesn't take long to get this thing all set up. It folds up quite conveniently. However, you'll learn real quickly that you need to put the kickstand down whenever you're folding or unfolding this scooter. It will make your life a whole lot simpler. Takes a few seconds to get the hang of it, and you're on the road. While the Bird Air is a very fun vehicle to ride around the neighborhood, at the park, at the boardwalk, the riverfront, all those places, it's also known as a last mile vehicle. That means it is designed to get you to the rest of your journey, the end point of your journey, your final destination. Many people ride vehicles or trains or subways or buses, and those vehicles drop them off short of their final destination. A vehicle like this is very neat to allow you to finish your journey. If you work downtown, you can pay hundreds of dollars in monthly parking fees. You park this vehicle somewhere within 8 miles of your journey, somewhere safe, and then you can avoid those parking fees and just use this scooter to get to and from your vehicle. Really handy. They call it the last mile vehicle, and that's the appropriate name because even though the specs say that you'll get 16 miles on this vehicle, that's under the best circumstances. I would bank on getting about half of that. So while they call it the last mile, I would anticipate you would get the last 8 miles at the higher speed, the longer range on the lower speeds. When you're commuting, typically is about timing and speed, and so the faster you go, the less distance you'll get with these type of vehicles. So how does this Bird Air compare to the rental birds that are found littered all around your city? Well, they look surprisingly very similar at first glance, but there are some distinct differences between the two. The handlebar is the most obvious difference. You don't have this big GPS unit and rental unit. It doesn't have a squeeze brake like the rental. It just has a throttle brake, which only operates when the power is on. They both have a thumb throttle on the right side to power the unit forward. But the most clear thing is that the platform is a little bit larger on the rental compared to the Bird Air. The Bird Air has a different stem. You see how that one has a neck, where this one sort of blends right into the stem from the platform. They both sport the rear light and front headlight, though the rental has a front wheel drive, and so you have the spokes in the back, and the Bird has a rear wheel drive with the spokes being in the wheel on the front. I'm disappointed that it doesn't allow you to lock your Bird Air, and it's missing a very important safety feature in a bell. Why no bell? That's a bummer.
So as you see, this pavement is not very smooth. Now this gets pretty shaky because I don't have a, you see this thing is just rattling on this type of surface. It's always hard for me to navigate and film because these scooters are difficult to ride with one hand. It's not recommended, it's not safe at all. And when you get on this type of terrain, it's close to impossible. And considering I'm right-handed and they always put the throttles on the right hand side, it makes filming a little challenging. Even when it's not on, it just won't have any power. But when you can see I can go pretty fast, but I do the brake here, the brake is not doing anything. So in order to stop when the scooter's not on, you have to use the foot brake. Otherwise, you're gonna be in. Okay, so the power button has some functionality. So you press it once, it turns the light on. You see that's pretty junky over there. Press it once again, it'll turn the light off. So we'll keep the light on for a minute. And so you see it's currently in miles per hour. Kind of hard to see that. It's in miles per hour, but you can triple tap and now it's in kilometers per hour. So that's how you toggle. If you tap it twice, now currently it's in the slow mode, and I'll put the picture up to give you the 3 different modes. It's slow, medium, and faster, whatever the case is. I can't recall what they're labeled, but if I hit it twice, it'll add that orange or yellow S for speed, and then you tap it twice again, that has to become red, and so that's the fastest mode. Tap it 2 times again, and now it's back in the regular mode. So that's the functionality that you have. Whenever it's turned on, that red light flashes back there. And as you can see, that light is extending not just ahead, but to the sides as well. So it's a pretty bright light. It's almost behind. You can see the shadow is actually like behind the scooter as well. So if I tap that off, you see how dark it is. There's no light around the scooter. So that's all that light is coming from the actual scooter's light. And it's casting down, not straight ahead. Though So it's pointed straight down versus straight ahead, but the light, you can see there, that light is still pretty high up there, up that wall. This is a 9-foot ceiling, so that's clearly up to at least 7 feet up that wall, 6.5 to 7 feet high up. So it's a pretty bright light. It's flashing always when I hit the brake, then they'll turn solid. See there? To let people know you're stopping. There are some things that's lacking. No bell. That's kind of silly. The grips I have pretty big hands. You do have some space where you can add a bell. Now, I'm not sure if this plastic piece here has any type of function. The front of this is sort of glassy. I'm not sure if that has any antenna for the Bluetooth or anything up there. So I don't know if you would want to obstruct that or not. You definitely need a mirror. You need a bell and a mirror, at least one mirror. So I like this space here. That space is smooth and round. A mirror can come out and extend up and outward, and then the bell can probably fit here. This whole thing turns here for the brake, so you wouldn't want anything restricting that movement. You should be able to get a bell on there and a mirror, but you definitely need those two things. But it's great that they have the lights integrated. The base is not as wide. You saw earlier in the video where I compared it to a regular bird, one of the rental birds. This is a little narrower. Kickstand is fine. I'm not sure how it would last over time. But I wouldn't mind a little wider base, but this thing is about 30 pounds. It's pretty hefty. You know, it's long. I don't know the distance. I can put that up on the screen. But it's not difficult to carry. You just wouldn't want to carry it for too long. But when you're not using it, you can roll it to your destination. You don't have to carry it any, more than you have to. You can roll it, and then you get to a point where you need to carry it. You can do that.
With a device like this, the battery is extremely important to be reserved so that you have enough juice to get where you want to go. This is a weird thing. If you leave this device or this vehicle on, it will stay on with the light blinking and the LED screen on for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, this thing will finally go to sleep. That's just not acceptable. There you go. You see it just went off. That's just unacceptable to take that long. Draining your battery for 10 minutes before it goes off. So I just came into the app. It connected to it, so you heard it beep. It does that so you know which scooter is yours. If you and your friend has the same model. But you can see you can turn on the light from here. The bike, I keep saying bike because I have an electric bike. The scooter emits a sound letting you know that it's working. And then it also on the LED screen shows a little icon for Bluetooth showing that it's being controlled via Bluetooth for whatever it's doing. You can change the speed. That's the first speed, the second speed, and the top speed. You can turn the light back off. In the app, you also can rename your device. I call it mine Airbrooks. And you can see with the current firmware version, as well as the serial number, which I'm not going to show here. But this is under the private bird. You're using the normal
bird app that you would use when you would rent something is you're just under private birds. And if you want more information about which private birds are available, I'll take you to this. And let's talk about the bird, the airbird, and I believe the one. I'm not even seeing the one on here. But anyway, so if we go back, so you know it's the same app that would show you where all the available the rental birds are available in relation to where you are. But if you click menu, go to private birds, then you will see any private birds that's available, my bikes, and you can see it's ready to connect because it is turned on, and then you can connect to it. And it beeps when you connect to it, and it shows you the total number of miles that you've ridden. Okay, now I did want to show you something that's kind of interesting here. All right, so on the Target website, and again, Target is the only store that is selling these currently, and you cannot get them mailed to you or delivered to you. You have to see it's not available for delivery. You have to pick them up at the stores. So you can find the nearest stores near you, and you can see if they have any in stock. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. Here's one in Novi, and you can request to get it picked up. Now, interestingly enough, when I went to get mine, it said that the Brighton store, I believe it was, or it may have been the Novi store. It said that whatever store I ordered it from, it said it was available. It was one available, and I placed my order, and then they sent me an email saying that it's no longer available. So I had to go pick another store and hopefully and hope that another one was available, which it was, and so I was able to go and pick it up at this Farmington Hills store. But anyway, so what I did want to show you, if I go to show more information, it gives a description of this scooter, the Bird Air. And if you look at that last sentence, it says, this Bird Air electric scooter integrates anti-theft protection for security and Bluetooth connectivity for easy pairing with your phone. What is this integrated anti-theft protection? One would think that would be maybe GPS, but currently the app doesn't show up on the map. And this is on the Target site, but the official Bird site, their site for the corporation as well as the shop for the store, neither one of those show any information about this integrated security. So is that something that they're working on?